The following podcast has been brought to you by Audible.com. Sign up now using the URL audibletrial.com/TTV to get a free audiobook of your choosing. We recommend Brick by Brick, How LEGO Rewrote the Rules of Innovation and Conquered the Global Toy Industry. You may recognize this as one of the sources we use in our show, Bionicle Autopsy. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/TTV. Enjoy the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync. Hey everybody, I'm Var.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
And welcome to TTV Talks. Hey, TTV Talks, guys. I feel like it's been a really long time since I've been on TTV Talks.
It really I think it has. It's been a while since we three have been on.
That is true. We're like the dynamic trio.
It's funny because, like, for the longest time there, I was, like, on every TTV Talks, every week, and it was, like, a grind. I hated being on TTV Talks because I was assigned to it every week. And then there was everybody else who was, like, never on. So, it's funny. I took, like, a small hiatus.
I feel like if you, like, tallied it up, me and you have been on the most TTV Talks. I think you've been on more than I have been, but I'm, like, number 2.
Probably.
Maybe
I don't know if that holds up now because, like I said, I have been gone for a little bit, but,
that's true.
Yeah. Definitely for like a couple weeks ago, that might have been the case though, because I felt like I was on every week. It sucked. Yeah, TTV Talk is like it's like one of those shows that you kind of don't really look forward to, but we do it anyway.
I like doing it when I'm here, but it is one of the things that like we have to because we have to schedule around everybody's schedule basically.
Yeah,
it's
like
in
more
the
of a hassle to put
it's a bit more of a hassle.
We
don't have,
that's the issue with it.
The reason is we don't have a set recording time for TTV Talks anymore because nobody can make that.
Yeah, it's like we try to assign a day to it, and like everybody's schedule freaking changes every week. So it's like I don't know how to schedule around you. Like Viper is a mess to schedule around for anything. You're a mess to schedule around with anything, Kai.
I'm terrible because both my jobs create their schedules 1 week before the. One of my jobs will get their schedule out Saturday for that next week. So it is impossible for me to say until Saturday before the next week where this is going to be. And 2 of my jobs do that. So I have to play around with all that stuff. It's crazy. My schedule is messed up. I have 4 jobs. It's insane. But
yeah, it's very annoying, especially when I don't know, trying to record things, especially when that involves the entirety of the group. It's just
boy. Why isn't that RPG out? Why isn't that RPG out, huh? That's why.
Oh, yeah, the RPG?
No, rip in peace.
That one it's just a nightmare to schedule. It really is. We're trying to do all these new shows and it's hard to schedule things. Wish everyone could just quit their jobs. Immediately.
I know, right? If only it was that easy.
If only we made enough money for everyone to just quit their jobs and be like, we're going to work on this full time. No school, nothing.
And then I accidentally deleted our Dropbox this morning, so that was funny.
Oh, that was you? I thought it was me for a second because...
No, it was me. See, okay, what happened was last night, since I built a new computer, so I still had all the Dropbox folders on my hard drive from my last computer that I had moved over to the new computer, but it wasn't synced to Dropbox. So while I still had all the old stuff, I wasn't getting any of the new stuff, and vice versa, none of my uploads were going through. So I tried to sync it. And I thought it was working, so I went to bed, and I'm like, I'll let it sync overnight. I guess instead of syncing, it went ahead and just deleted everything.
Well, yeah, here's what happened. It's probably in a different directory. So what happens is Dropbox says, okay, well, let's see if, you have a Dropbox thing. And it says, you're like, no, I don't have anything with Dropbox right now. So it says, okay, well, I guess we'll have to update it. But for whatever reason, it's not updating for you. So it says, okay, I'm just going to sync what you have right now on your Dropbox with everybody else's Dropbox. Except, guess what? You don't have anything in your Dropbox. So it literally...
No. The thing is, I had the whole Dropbox folder.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that it's not... The Dropbox does not recognize that as the Dropbox folder for you. It recognizes some other folder for you. And that's why when we look up today, everything's gone. Because it's synced up with your Dropbox folder, which has nothing in it because you didn't sync it yet.
Yeah. It was weird because it worked one time... when I initially built my computer, it worked. I did it fine, but then I wanted to delete some things and move some things around, so I did that. And then I tried to do the exact same thing that I did at the start, and I guess it just didn't work that time, so I don't know what happened. Regardless, I woke up to a million files being synced because Meso had to restart our Dropbox or whatever because all the files are deleted, and my internet was bogging down.
Yeah, my internet was so bad.
Yeah.
Which was terrible because I was trying to freaking load up the new Civil War trailer.
I was just thinking that. I was waiting all night for that trailer.
I actually did not know it was going to be coming out today. It caught me completely off guard.
I heard yesterday because
I heard yesterday it was going to come out.
There were rumors going around that Spider-Man was going to appear in the trailer. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I really want to watch the trailer, but at the same time, if this rumor's true, I really want to see Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah, I've been waiting to see Spider-Man since they announced
Spider-Man was going to be in this movie, basically.
Yeah, since they announced that Sony and Marvel finally reached an agreement, I'm like, yep, I'm ready to see Spider-Man now. Let's go ahead and see it.
Yeah, seriously. Ever since then, I've been telling everybody this, that even though I'm not really one for spoilers. I don't really like spoilers. I like keeping the experience fresh when you go see a movie. But Spider-Man, just knowing that there's a possibility that other people can see him kind of makes me feel really obligated to see him because it's Spider-Man, man. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, all time.
Also, it's going to be one of those things that's going to be really hard to avoid, too. Yeah, it's going to be one of the things that are spread around everywhere.
It's once the Civil War trailer came out, that gif of the Winter Soldier and Captain America beating up Iron Man was everywhere. You could not escape it. It was on MJ, it was on Reddit, it was everywhere you go.
Yeah. It's going to be one of those things. Everyone knows Spider-Man. Everyone loves Spider-Man. So it's
Spider-Man's such
people want to share the Spidey love.
I'm sure a great superhero.
I'm really sure there are so many people out there that had just no clue that this was going to happen. That Spider-Man was going to be in the new MCU. So this reveal is probably imagine the people who are casual Marvel fans who don't really follow it, but they love the movies and they go see every single one. And they went to go see Zootopia or something and saw this trailer in front of that movie.
It's not attached to Zootopia. It's not.
I know it's not attached to it. I'm just saying, as an example of a recent movie out. But I don't know, Cloverfield or something.
I think the main thing for me that I didn't realize until recently is that not to say anything against the quote unquote casuals or anything. I just found it really fascinating when they showed the first Civil War trailer. It came out and it was around Thanksgiving last year, and I was over at my friend's house. And we had a bunch of people over, and all my friends are there. I'm like, hey guys, let's see the new Civil War trailer. So we loaded up. So many people did not realize or didn't know that Captain America and Iron Man would be fighting. So that last shot where they're beating up Iron Man, most of my friends were like, what? What's going on here? What's happening? And I in my head, I'd been like, well, of course it's Civil War. That's what's gonna happen. But nobody, they're just not familiar with comics at all. So it's so fresh and new to them that it actually catches them by surprise. I find that really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
It'd be really cool if
this
was the first trailer that came out.
I know, right?
People were those reactions. Imagine the Spidey reveal plus Cap and Winter Soldier just beating on Iron Man in one trailer, and that was the first trailer. That'd have been crazy.
See, I don't think Spider-Man should have been in any of these trailers. Honestly, I feel like he should have been saved as a surprise for when you actually go see the movie, Luke in Star Wars.
I hated that about Star Wars, though.
Really?
Yeah, I hated that.
The thing is that we knew Luke was going to be in that movie.
Yeah, the reveal of seeing Luke in Star Wars was not good enough to me to warrant keeping him such a big secret throughout the entire movie. They could have just said, yeah, Luke is going to be in it. This is what he looks like. That would have been fine. Although, to be fair, that movie was saved a little bit by the fact that the plot literally revolves around finding Luke. He's not only missing in the trailers and the footage and everything, but he's also missing in the movie.
That first line is Luke Skywalker is missing.
So that is saved. Spider-Man, we don't know his role yet in the movie, to be fair, so it could be very Luke-ish, I guess. I don't think anyone's really going to be looking for Spider-Man.
I don't
the search for Spidey, I don't think that's going to be the case.
Circumstance, but still, I don't know. I just really like that fresh experience. I'm
not a fan of it. I would rather go ahead and see the suit and...
I get Vend from a person that is going to go see this movie anyway, from that perspective. But you have to understand there's a bunch of people who don't know anything about this movie who are probably going to go see, maybe see it, maybe not. The reveal of Spider-Man is mind-blowing for him, like we were talking about before. That reveal we've known Spider-Man's going to be in Civil War for ages. We've been following Sony and Marvel getting their deal back together. We've been speculating what the suit's going to look like. We've been going all these rumors. Some people just haven't done that. Spider-Man sells tickets. This moment someone sees on TV, they see that trailer and they're like, Spider-Man's in this movie?
Yeah, no, it makes more sense for them to show Spider-Man in this trailer than it did, for, I don't know, showing Doomsday in the Batman v Superman trailer.
Yeah, right.
That was dumb.
That was stupid. Doomsday's not going to sell any tickets. That was a dumb
Anybody
reveal.
that knows Doomsday is not going to be oh, wow, I can't believe, I'm going to go see this movie now. I don't believe.
I doubt anyone was
Doomsday's
like that.
not a popular character that's immediately recognizable. People see Spider-Man, people know Spider-Man. You know?
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I thought the reveal was good. I'm glad they went ahead and did it. I did not. I absolutely was not looking forward to waiting until the release of the movie to see Spider-Man's costume for the first
No,
time.
as a Spider-Man fan, I wasn't looking forward to the wait either. Because
Yeah,
I've
like,
been itching
I just
to
want to
see
go
the
and see
suit
it now.
for
It's like
ages,
2 whole
man.
months.
Like scratching my
Especially-
neck. Hey, I need more of that suit, man.
Especially if Spidey isn't going to be that big of a role in the movie. I did not want to wait till the movie just to see him on the screen for like 2 seconds, then go away.
Right.
It's like, I mean, because he's not the reason I'm going to see the movie. I'm going to see it because Civil War, obviously, Captain America versus Iron Man, cool. So I don't want them to use, I don't know, to use like this secret reveal of Spider-Man. Ooh, what does he look like? What is he going to do as the draw to this movie when I don't think he's going to be that big of a role in the movie itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I said, you can make the parallels to Star Wars as well. I don't know. I think it works better for Star Wars. I think Luke
I do
Skywalker is not the same as Spider-Man. They're not really applicable together.
Additionally, like the thing of Star Wars,
I was just comparing the principle of just keeping something hidden so that your first time seeing it is when you go see the movie.
Yeah,
Because as it stands right now, nowadays, I don't really like trailers.
I do.
Yeah,
I like trailers.
That's fair.
I'm like, I like trailers that are like their own thing that's separate from the movie. Like, for instance, the Suicide Squad trailer. I feel like, all right, see, that's a trailer that I feel watching that trailer was a unique experience that I'm not going to get from that movie.
Yeah, probably not. I don't think the movie's going to be quite like that trailer.
Right, exactly. The trailer had a lot of the music, the Bohemian Rhapsody, all that stuff made it, I feel, its own thing. And that's why you can like, when you have a trailer that's parody worthy, where you see all these parodies coming out, whatever. Those types of trailers, I feel, are well
like
worth
Guardians
making.
of the Galaxy
Like Guardians of the Galaxy, exactly.
Yeah.
Like we did on air, the rip off of that one.
R.I.P.
Yeah, right, rip. But yeah, so basically that's it.
Mm-hmm. One example, because like I do agree with you, Vin. It does suck when you have a trailer that like basically spoils the entire movie. Like we already mentioned, Batman v Superman. That first trailer was terrible.
No, the first trailer was good. The second trailer was terrible.
Oh yeah. Okay,
it was the second trailer.
I forget they released 3 trailers, not 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that second trailer was terrible because it literally like it just revealed the entire outline of the movie. Like you now understand the basic structure of the plot in its entirety.
Right.
You know that Batman and Superman are going to fight or have odds for some reason. We don't really know why. Well, actually, no, we do know why. Because they're afraid that Superman's an alien who wants to kill everybody and is on their side, whatever. Batman hates him. They're going to fight. They're going to see eye to eye for some reason to have combined forces against Doomsday. Sudden reveal.
Oh, that's the reason why they're going to like combine forces.
Yeah, that's the reason they team up. Wait a minute, who's this girl? Wonder Woman? Well, at least we don't know how they reveal her to the rest of the superheroes. Oh wait, we do. We know exactly how she's revealed to the rest of the heroes because they included that scene in the trailer and even their reactions.
I feel like for that third trailer, they just fired everybody who worked on that second trailer.
Seriously, the third trailer
you look at
was so
you look at that third trailer, and I think it's a really great trailer.
It is. The third trailer is really good.
Yeah,
I really
and
like the third trailer.
it really gets you pumped up. It's got everything you need to see. Like that moment where Batman blocks Superman's hand, and he's like, "What the?"
That's the best.
That's
best thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
I love that part.
And also Batman like fighting. That's what you want to see. That's something to get you excited.
Yeah, you
want to
know that this Batman's gonna be really cool, even though he's practically brand new to everybody.
Right.
He's not.
But
he's not Chris Nolan's Batman, but he's still pretty good. Here, we'll prove it to you.
One trailer that I thought has done a great job of being really good without like telling anything about the movie at all was I think this movie just came out. What was it? 10 Cloverfield Lane or something?
Yeah, I was
like
just
that?
gonna say that
Cloverfield
movie is really good because that trailer, you're like, what's going on?
What
here?
is happening?
Yeah, what's happening?
You want to see the movie to know what's going on because you have no clue. It does a great job of building the suspense and kind of matching the tone of the movie without telling you a thing about the movie. It's great.
It seems like trailers fail to like accomplish this happy medium between giving a little bit of context of what the movie is about and then restricting some context so that the audience still has a reason to go see the movie. So with the Batman v Superman trailers, we've got too much context. We already know what's going to happen in the movie. Now it's just a matter of like seeing that whole 2.5 hour movie unfold.
As opposed to Star Wars, which was like nobody knew what Star Wars was about going into Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt that
like we got the
those
context
trailers
that there's
did-
going to be a conflict and that there's new characters and this, that, and the
Heck,
other
there
thing.
was red herrings in the trailers for Star Wars.
Yeah,
And the advertisement for stores. It's just like
a lot of
that movie
misdirection and everything.
had
Yeah,
such
you're like,
a
oh
great,
yeah, obviously Finn's the main character.
Yeah, I'm assuming everybody's seen Star Wars right now. I'm kind of bouncing around the subject, but like, it's Star Wars. Who hasn't seen it yet?
Listen, if you haven't seen Star Wars, you don't care enough about Star Wars.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I like it.
seriously.
Yeah, listen,
Everybody's
it
seen
is-
Star Wars now.
It made $900 million at the box office. It's the highest domestic gross ever. Almost everybody in the US watched this movie. If you didn't watch this movie, I'm assuming you just don't have that much of an interest in Star Wars, which is fine. But like, it's a thing where like, we do get into spoiler territory, was how long after a movie has come out can we talk about that movie? And I felt with Star Wars, especially because so many people watch that in the US, it was about 1 month.
About 1 week, really.
No,
There were
no,
spoilers.
on-
There were
on-
spoilers on the Google search the second you type anyone's name.
That is true. That was kind of, but like on Imgur and Reddit and like all these other sites, you didn't see any spoilers on the front page or anything until like about a month later, and then like everybody was like, all right, now we can just do all
Yeah.
sorts of posts.
Well, okay, yeah. So like with Star Wars, the whole like Finn and Rey reveal, where Rey is truly the main character, but they make you think Finn's the main character
Yeah.
thing, was handled beautifully in the marketing
Yeah.
because every trailer you've seen, every poster, even the action figures make you think that, okay, Finn is got to be a Jedi somehow. Don't
Right.
know how. Know nothing about the guy. All we know he's a stormtrooper, but somehow he's connected to the
Yeah,
Force.
because you see him with the lightsaber in the trailer
Right.
too, and you're like, oh yeah, this
Yeah.
guy's
They
gonna be
make
like
it seem
the
like
next
he's the main
Jedi,
character,
Right.
And he's not. In fact, there's like so much little Rey in any of the marketing that's like you kind of think that she's sort of just like a side character, love interest kind of thing,
Right.
and not the main character. Nope, she's
She
freaking
is-
main
no,
character.
she's the main
She's
character.
the hero, man. She's a real
Yeah.
one.
Well, I
They
will
did
say
a great
too, like,
job of that.
nowadays advertising for like the Blu-ray, for example, shows Rey fighting off against Kylo Ren. So
Yeah, well, I mean,
the marketing's already there.
everyone's seen the movie at this point, so like, there's no point in hiding that fact.
But yeah, I mean, like tying it back to Spider-Man, while we're talking about, you know, all this stuff going on, I feel that Amazing Spider-Man 2, I'm really sad that it bombed horrifically, but it had to be the sacrificial lamb we had to give up for Marvel and Sony to like have Spider-Man in the MCU.
Yeah,
Like we talked about this before, like me and you, I don't know about you, Ben, I don't know what you thought about Amazing Spider-Man 2. I really love that movie. I feel like that movie has, in terms of potential, the best Spider-Man movie ever seen on screen, and it got wrecked by
No, yeah,
executives.
I'm pretty much of the same opinion. Like, I really enjoyed it. I especially enjoyed it the first time I saw it. I loved it.
Yeah.
But, you know, after giving it some thought and, you know, learning a bit more about the background of what happened with the movie, it just became a little bit more
that movie
disappointing.
was nothing but wasted potential.
Yeah.
They had everything going for it, and for whatever reason, the studio decided to squander it.
It's like,
Yeah,
there
that
were
said-
good aspects of the movie, but it wasn't like the movie itself was a good movie. They're just parts of it that
Right.
looked like
No,
they
yeah.
were parts of a good movie. They just they
Right.
weren't put together properly.
Exactly. So
All
it's
the-
like,
yeah.
there could have been a good movie there, and it's a shame because I really like the cast. I like the people.
I love
involved
the
with it.
cast.
I love the art direction. For whatever reason, just the movie didn't work out, and while that's disappointing, in the end, I'm glad it happened because
I
I will
kinda
say
am too.
seeing Iron Man shouting Underoos and
Yeah.
having Spider-Man pop out of nowhere and like, web up
Yes.
cap was pretty cool.
Just seeing like a movie Spider-Man where he's perched on a thing, he's in a spider position, and on his arm he has Captain America's shield.
Yeah.
That is worth it to me.
Yeah.
That was worth
Yeah.
it. I love Amazing Spider-Man 2, love Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. I felt like the cast was so good in that movie, and it's a shame that they can't do anything more. But at the same time, yeah, totally worth it. Would do again.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, it's
Glad it happened
definitely
that
a
way.
worthy sacrifice. It's a shame, though, because it would have been nice to see Andrew Garfield take this role, too. But,
Yeah,
I guess
agreed.
things
It
happen.
would have been. I would have liked to have seen Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
But
I like
Personally, I
Andrew
think
Garfield, but-
Andrew, so far, has fit, like, the Peter Parker role the best out of anyone else we've gotten. Toby.
I know, we've
is
had this fight
controversial.
earlier.
This
Actually,
is controversial.
very controversial.
A lot of people really like Tobey Maguire.
Look,
I'm
I
not
don't
a
blame
huge-
people for liking Tobey
I
Maguire.
like Tobey Maguire. I just don't agree that he's the better Peter
Yeah,
Parker.
Right,
that's the thing. It's like, Okay, if you like Toby, you grew up with him, he's your childhood Spider-Man because all those movies came out when you were a kid. Sure, whatever, you can love him for those reasons, but you cannot tell me that he is the definitive Peter Parker.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of nostalgia glasses on that one.
It's not just nostalgia glasses. Honestly, it's a lot of people who don't read comics. The people that I feel that come up with this the most, and I'm not trying to generalize everybody that has this opinion, but a lot of my friends who will say, or a lot of people on, even in this chat, in this group, who will say,
even the people that we fought with earlier.
Right, like, yeah, exactly. They will say, Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. They have not read any Spider-Man comics. They don't have any previous notion.
Admitted that
they don't know what Peter Parker is.
I knew
All they know
when I was
is
a kid, and I
Spider-Man
didn't even
as a
read the
kid.
comics back then. I watched the cartoons, I played the games, and just from those mediums, I knew that Tobey wasn't like the fit Spider-Man. When I was a kid, I used to question why he shot webs from his wrists instead of actual web shooters. I knew that those were a thing. I also used to question a bunch of other things, like why is he not all that funny? Why is he such a crybaby and this and that?
Man, that ugly cry face though. I remember, like, with Tobey Maguire, the moment I was done was the moment I was so excited to see Spider-Man 3 because it had Venom in it.
Oh,
and
man.
the third dance number they had in that movie, the third time when there's music and people are dancing, the third time I was like, this movie sucks. And like, it was a thing where I was a kid and I was like, I thought all movies were cool. I thought X-Men Origins Wolverine was cool. I thought like I didn't have the notion of a bad action movie. It was just like, oh, it has explosions. It's awesome. Transformers, it's an awesome movie. And this was the first time I watched a movie I'd been really excited for. It was an action-packed movie. And I was like, this is a bad movie. This sucks. What is going on here?
I still kind of like Spider-Man 3 in some aspects.
No,
but
I like the original Spider-Man trilogy because it's still something that was part of my childhood.
I love that.
Like I have
those
good
movies.
memories watching those movies.
They're
They're really good feel-good movies too.
Yeah, they're really. You're like, yeah, it's
they
Spider-Man.
are. They really are.
Especially Spider-Man 2 is definitely the best one out of them all. Honestly.
Because Spider-Man, like, okay, go on.
They are a great casual watching experience.
Right.
Like, very good movies. But yeah, I don't know. I like Tobey a lot. He just, the argument that he's the best Peter Parker is just, I feel that's definitely coded in nostalgia.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a lot of actual fact there.
I'm excited
With that
to see
said,
this kid.
I like Andrew Garfield a lot. With that said, I'm sad to see him go, but I don't know, man. Tom Holland seems like he's a good casting choice. First of all, I don't know if you guys have seen his Vines or anything, but where he does his own stunts and stuff.
I've seen some of that.
Dude's athletic, man.
Yeah,
this
guy,
he's ripped, man.
Flipping around, flipping, whopping, doing all
Really?
this
Yeah,
crazy stuff. He's got more
he does his
flips
own
on him than a
stunts.
Captain Underpants flip-a-rama.
He's been practicing a lot of like gymnastics and stuff to prepare for the Spider-Man role because he wants to do like as many of his own things as possible, and it's really cool. He posts vines of him like working out and like doing flips and jumping off walls and like parkouring and stuff, and it's really cool.
That's really awesome. I'm glad he's really investing himself in that role. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that he sounds like a kid. That was the thing where I was like, you don't need to say, he doesn't need to be like, hi, I'm a teenager. Just he's like, hey, everybody. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
That was perfect.
The thing about Spider-Man that makes him such an interesting character and why, like, Spider-Man in the MCU I'm so excited for is because the thing with Peter Parker is that he's a 16-year-old kid. Right, he's a kid, he's 15, he's 16, he gets these powers, he dresses up, and he calls himself Spider-Man. He doesn't call himself Spider-Boy. He immediately, like, he looks up to all these other heroes, he looks into all these other, all these people doing stuff, and he immediately he aspires to be that from the get-go, the great responsibility, all that stuff. And so that's like,
he's
that's
not the
so
sidekick.
great.
He's an actual hero, despite being a kid. It's
right,
like,
exactly.
Yeah,
and like, the thing about Peter Parker, too, is that Peter Parker is like, he's not a person in which everything, like, he's not dark and brooding necessarily, depending on who you read. He's not someone who's, who's
there are some dark and brooding Spider-Man comics, but
the thing about Spider-Man is that he's the nicest dude, and life has, like, beat him up and dragged him through the gutter. Like, everything that happens to Spider-Man is like the nicest guy going through the worst stuff ever and growing him into an adult immediately. His parents are dead immediately. His Uncle Ben, his new dad dies. Gwen Stacy dies. Like, his girlfriend dies. That was a huge thing. So much stuff happens to Spider-Man. So much tragedy happens to Spider-Man. And the fact that he's not Batman, that he's not like this
dark and brooding. Yeah,
right, dark and
tries
brooding,
to,
evil
make
character.
the best out of every situation.
Right, the fact
yeah,
that he keeps joking, he has the worst luck in all of comics, and that tragedy is what shapes him into a adult. And that's the thing that I feel is like the magic behind Spider-Man, and why I'm so excited to see him with other heroes now. You know, he's not the only guy.
I mean, it's a realistic take too, because you can't always be like Batman when life hits you hard. You can't just seclude yourself from society and hide behind a mask.
Especially not when
go
you're
to
just
the Middle
some,
East
like,
and train for an assassin for like 13
right,
years.
no, you have to face like life's issues and just deal with it and move on and be a happy dude.
Yeah.
And that's what Spidey's
especially
all about.
if you're like some middle class high school kid that doesn't have
Right.
all that kind of money
trying
or
to
whatever.
trying to get a job and make and pay bills and stuff, and can't even support yourself.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man has like a great everyman set of superpowers too. Like his superpowers aren't too crazy. You know, like they're fun and they're cool to watch. You know, like this, the sticking on the walls and the spider sense and the doing this, and he has like exaggerated stuff, but he's not like Superman in the sense that he can fly around and he can, melt stuff with his heat vision. He's got a nice everyman
It's
feel
kind of
to him
balanced.
all around.
It's like he doesn't seem overpowered.
I feel like it's those types of characters that have the best villains attached to them. That's why Batman and Superman have basically, like, universally the best rogues gallery out of comics characters.
Especially Batman. Batman's rogue gallery is like probably the best.
Easily better than Batman himself.
Batman's rogue gallery
Yes,
is all based around him being like an insane person, and they're all different, like, insane people, different measures of psyche, like, put together. He's like a psychological horror villain for every single one of his characters. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What did you guys think about the suit?
I love the suit. I absolutely love it.
Love to see.
I'll be honest. I wasn't expecting, because, like, when I initially saw Amazing Spider-Man 2, I thought that suit was perfection.
Same here.
I did as well.
And, like, I was very, very happy with Amazing Spider-Man 2's suit. I was like, that was part of the reason I was a little disappointed that they canceled that series or that whole franchise, because like I really like the suit, I like the characters, so it was kind of sad to see them waste such a great suit on a franchise that's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
When that could have been saved for like Marvel's film. Did not think Marvel would be able to top that suit.
I did not either.
know,
I actually thought like he might have a homemade suit and it might be like a little cool, but
I thought it was gonna be like a hood or something.
Yeah, something
or
like really raggedy or bootleg looking.
Instead, we got probably the most faithful comic accurate suit ever, with some modern, additions to it to make it look and work within the Marvel MCU.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing I will say about the new suit, that I think complements it the most, is that it doesn't look like it was made by Sony at all.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, no, it's a completely different style than what Sony used to do.
Completely
Sony had
different.
like this weird glossy, was it maroon color, red with like the weird little the hexagon textures, and then the 3D webbing all over the place.
Yep, it looks fantastic. I love it.
Yeah,
I
this one's
love
a lot
how
more
it
flat.
looks like
the
it
colors
is
are a lot more
legit.
vibrant.
It's a
The
modern
vibrant colors
version.
makes me so happy.
It's a
it
modern
looks-
version of the Spider-Man suit that's so iconic in people's minds. It's like it's half like Romita, half Ditko, like with the eyes. It's got like, it looks like Spider-Man immediately, but it's got the piping, it's got some really modern elements to it. It looks like a true Marvel Cinematic Universe version.
Yeah, it's got
of
that
the
like
Spider-Man.
padding style that some of the MCU suits have. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where some parts just kind of look attached together. Like I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it.
And I
It's
always
kind of like
love
armor, like modern
Yeah,
armor.
like
right.
kinda like
Under armor.
like really slim fit armor.
The
like Kevlar
Marvel
stuff.
like actual costumes I've always really enjoyed. The superhero costumes that they do for every movie. I've always really enjoyed how they look and how they feel and how they're like, updated. Like Captain America's suit, I feel, has some of the best designs in like comic book history, basically, or in the movies. The Winter Soldier suit is really great. That the first Avengers suit is really great. The Age of Ultron suit is really great. I
Iron
love
Man
the
suits
evolution.
are really great.
Iron Man suits are generally all really great. The only thing I have to say about this new Iron Man in Civil War is that I don't feel it feels too classic in the sense that you don't feel like he's been working on a new suit. You feel like it's his old suit from like Iron Man 1.
I will
that was
admit,
my thing.
it kind of does look like an older suit. so far, but I don't know. Maybe I just haven't seen enough of it.
Yeah,
I do
same.
get
I
that.
mean, like, maybe
I
it's
do get
different.
a bit of that impression.
Yeah,
too. I
I'm
know where
kind of
you're
waiting
coming
for them
from.
to get a bit more streamlined with the suits.
Yeah, the thing
You
is
know.
that, like, Iron Man 3's suit, I really enjoyed. I like that suit a lot. I get that it's not the iconic version of Iron Man. They want to have those colors back. But I still thought that was a really cool new thing. And then with Age of Ultron, they kind of went back. And with this movie, it
still
feels like
looked
they're
pretty
also
good
going back more.
in Age of Ultron.
Yeah, it's still good. It's not like it's not a bad
It was.
suit by
It
any
looked
sense of the
like
imagination.
basically just a recolored version of the one that was in Iron Man 3.
That Hawkeye suit that looks closer to the comics. That was really cool.
Yeah, Hawkeye
you seen
suit's
that?
okay.
The Ant-Man, the Black Panther suit.
Oh, Black Panther
Black
still
Panther
looks
looks
awesome.
fantastic. I'm excited to see what that guy's like.
I am
Me
I'm
too.
not really sure what to expect.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Black Panther is such an interesting character by concept, but I haven't really I don't know what kind of character
From
the guy
what
really
I've
is,
gotten
you
to
know?
read that it involved him, he always seemed like very stoic and kept to himself, while also trying to, I don't know, I guess express this sense of honor. He's basically kind of like a samurai. I don't know. That's the impression I've gotten. I don't read much of Black Panther, but I would like to.
Yeah, I'm not
He's
really
always
too
seemed like
familiar
a
with him.
really interesting character to me.
I've kept up with some of his I've never I haven't read a Black Panther run that I felt really spoke to this character. But he was really great in the New Avengers leading up to Civil War with being with the Illuminati. I thought that was really great.
Yeah, that's
And,
pretty much the
Secret
most
Wars
I've
as
ever
well.
read about him too.
Yeah, and he's a very regal person. He's a person with a lot more responsibility attached to him. He's a person that will step back and look at the common good for people. Even if it means, doing something a little unethical sometimes. Because he's in charge of a nation. He's a king. He's an actual king.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm interested. I've always wanted to see the character on screen. So.
Well, now you get your chance, Kai.
And now we get our chance to
Congratulations.
see a really faithful Spider-Man. Probably.
Hopefully. Spider-Man in high school sounding like he's in high school and looking like he's in high school. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I noticed about the new suit that I liked was that his head actually looked like it was shaped properly.
Yeah, right?
And
How does
I don't know,
Garfield's
like,
hair
yeah.
fit inside his mask? I don't know.
I don't know, but it's for some reason all the past Spider-Man suits, the head has never looked right. Amazing Spider-Man 2 had this issue where the head looked like it was a big football. It
Right.
didn't look quite shaped right. It looked a little too, I don't know, sculpted. And then the Amazing Spider-Man 1s looked like an alien, and then the original Spider-Man trilogy just didn't look accurate at all. This guy though, it looks like a dude wearing a mask, like it does in the comics. It looks like it's on his face, but obviously I don't know how they did the hair thing either. I don't know.
And
But,
his head does look very round in the screenshot. It looks perfectly round, and I'm not sure if that's
honestly,
how.
it's just because Tom Holland's got this really round face.
Yeah, he
compared to the
does
others.
have a good shaped face for the mask. It does look unlike what's his face who's playing Daredevil.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
No, not Ryan Reynolds. That's
Charlie
Deadpool.
Cox.
Charlie Cox. Okay,
No,
but
Charlie Cox.
you are right though. Ryan Reynolds also has an issue too. Ryan Reynolds' head is so long.
It's
I
a
was
big
thinking that all
rectangle.
through Deadpool. His head's pretty long.
Yeah, his head is so
it's a
long.
I
mask.
noticed it,
Yeah, the mask
especially
looked
when I was
weird.
drawing. I was like, man, you got a bigger head than you should.
Yeah, and then Charlie Cox, his head is too. It's like his face is too. Was smushed down towards his chin or something.
Yeah, that's the thing
His
with Charlie
lips
Cox.
look like
His
they're
Daredevil
trying to,
thing looks
they're
interesting.
gasping for air, oh, blah, blah, help me, get me out of this thing.
Yeah, so I'm happy that they got a dude with a pretty good face to play Spider-Man, so that the mask can actually look proper.
I gotta look up his vines after this.
I'm glad that
You should.
I'm glad
They're really
that
cool.
Spider-Man has a belt.
Yeah, dude, with the web cartridges and stuff. He's got web
Yeah.
shooters still.
Yeah.
That's
He's got
good.
web shooters. That's
Looks
nice.
like
He's
he
got
has
the tick on
web
the back.
shooters again, yeah.
He's got the eyes, man. Those eyes.
I love the eyes. I think honestly the eyes are my favorite part about it. And it's funny because the eyes are probably the most polarizing. From what I've seen, I've seen a lot of people don't like.
A lot
the
of people
eyes.
hate them.
I was
A lot
just
of people
arguing
like
with
them.
a friend of mine earlier about the eyes. He was like, "Man, I don't know. I think they're just really pointless." But personally, I think it's very practical. I think it not only do they look really faithful to the comics, but I like that they like show expression. Like it kind of looks like Spidey's squinting a little bit. I really like that.
Right.
I think when people are saying it seems pointless, I think they're just thinking too hard about it. Like, this is a movie where a guy literally shrunk down to the size of an ant and got launched off of a bow and arrow in the middle of a fight with a robot and a god. Like, come on, guys.
Like, shoot. Deadpool got away with it. I don't see why Spider-Man can't get away with it either.
Right. The eyes look, they're expressive, and that's great because outside of Iron Man, it's harder to do, like, a thing with the character. And this is a character that's going to be on screen for most of that movie. Like, I mean, most of his on-screen time is going to be in that suit, and you need that to show some expressiveness.
Yeah, and all people like him to understand. This means he doesn't have to take off his freaking mask.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to take his mask off all the time. They don't need to cut, like, you know, like in Iron Man, they always cut to Robert Downey Jr. with like the thing, like the holograms around his face, being like, oh, you know, talking to Jarvis or whatever.
Yeah, like they're showing him inside of the helmet to like show you his face and how he's acting and whatever. Yeah, no, I'm definitely glad that they're doing this because one thing that I pointed out to my friend was like, you know, in the comics, they actually sometimes they draw Spider-Man's eyes accordingly to like his emotions. Like if he's surprised, you'll see like his eyes are like a lot wider and bigger or whatever, you know. So I like that they're doing that, and I also like that there's some sort of that it appears that there's a practical use for them because it looks like there's like lens covers or what do you call them?
Right.
Shutters like around the eyes. Mm-hmm. Which I'm assuming would probably be
probably
used for,
like
zooming
like cameras or something.
Yeah, like a camera
Which
lens.
makes sense. I guess he's a photographer, but
man, I can't get over the shot of him with Captain America's shield. That's so great.
I really want to draw it. I really do. I don't want to spoil it for people. But, like if I put it up on social media,
give it like a week. I'm sure no one will care.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah. So. I guess we're all super hyped for it. It's going to be really cool. Can't wait for to see Spider-Man in Civil War. But that basically wraps up this TTV Talks. We're starting to run out of time. So.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Might as well go ahead.
Let's go home. Come on, boys. Let's go.
Let's wrap it up. We did a pretty good job of kind of forming some kind of discussion there, guys. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
It was pretty good.
I wonder if like
you did good leading
Spider-Man
today, Var. You did pretty good.
Is there going to be a new Spider-Man game?
Oh,
if there is, I hope it's good.
Yeah,
I love
we need Spider-Man a good 2. Spider-Man game.
Spider-Man hasn't
Spider-Man
had a good
2
track
so
record lately when it comes to video games.
If Sony's behind it, probably not.
Yeah, seriously.
Or Beanox. Like Beanox did some okay games, but they are. I think they're too small for Spider-Man.
They don't get the Spider-Man feel. I don't know what it is, but I still play not Amazing. I keep saying Amazing. Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation. And
yeah, that was
by Treyarch. Yeah, no, they had it down.
But yeah,
you guys remember those old Neversoft games?
Yep, I still play.
That was like on the PlayStation 1.
I have nostalgia.
Which one?
There's like Spider-Man and then Spider-Man 2 Inter Electro.
Yep.
Oh yeah, those? I did play some of those.
I had like Stan Lee doing the narration.
Yeah. Right. Remember that?
Those were really fun.
I mean, like there's in between two like Web of Shadows. You guys ever played that?
That always confused me though because it had the same title as the Bionic.
So back to getting out of here.
Oh, but yeah,
we'll end this.
We'll talk about it some other day.
Spider-Man 2017. I guess Doctor Strange is out this year.
Spider-Man's the best.
Wait, is Doctor Strange coming out this year?
Yeah, it's coming out this year. I've not seen anything.
Why have I not seen a trailer yet?
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything for Doctor Strange. It's coming out this year. I was thinking, I was like, is Spider-Man coming out this year? No, it's like next year, right? What's coming out this year? Because there's 2 Marvel movies at least. It's Doctor Strange. I think a trailer will be attached to Civil War, I guess, but even still, it's like...
That'd be cool.
Weird. Alright, well, bye everybody.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, go to vessel.com.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, plugs.
Do that. I'm not going to bother with a long plug. Thank you, guys. I'm Barteran.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
And we'll see you next time
on your friendly neighborhood TTV Talks.
We can talk about the cartoons. We can talk
Shut up.
Okay.